What's going on, everybody? It is the NBA Guru Show. The Kings blow it 128 to 116. I don't know how it wasted the win from yesterday when everyone was on a high. It's really unbelievable. How you doing, Naf? Good to have you on tonight, as usual.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday you got ahead of it. You said if the Kings, the Kings was a good win versus Cleveland yesterday, but you did say if they lose today, then yesterday wins means absolutely nothing, which is exactly what happened. And man, today's game was interesting. A lot to talk about from today's game.
Yeah, just really upsetting at how the Kings lost. I mean, we can get right into it. Um, man, just the Kings were started off so nicely. They had a nice 11-point lead after the first quarter, score 39 points, almost 40 in the first quarter, and then second quarter they play pretty well for the first part of the second quarter, and then it just goes downhill from there. The lead goes to 9. I think the Kings had a 19-point lead at one point, and then they had a 9-point lead at halftime. Then third quarter they got run out, 73 points in the second half by the Bulls, and just ugly stuff. As usual, I've come on every show and I look at the 3-point shooting percentage of the other team that the Kings are playing, and it's again above 40%. It's like the fifth or sixth game in a row. I don't get how they don't improve on it at all. I feel like they can. I mean, God, what's happening?
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, they started off the game on fire. They shot 11 for 17 from three in the first quarter. That's
Mhm.
insane. So they did get off to a hot start, but then the rest of the game they shot. So they finished 15 to 39. So that's 4 of 22 for the rest of the game from three. So Malik Monk, I think, had 15 points in the first quarter. So they did come off hot, but like you said, man, every time I watch the Kings, they're just giving up open threes. Kevin Herter, revenge game, definitely. He came to play. He hit a
Yep.
couple daggers at the end, which was
Mhm.
interesting. I mean, the big reason I think also they did start off Doug Christie. I think, man, that was a coaching clinic by Billy Donovan. Man, he just coached laps around Doug Christie. That
Yeah.
both team played hard, and they did. I mean, if you watch them, that's a well coached team. They might not be obviously they might not have the best players, but you could
They
tell Billy
hustle.
Donovan. I mean, that's why he's a Hall of Fame coach. He's getting the best out of guys. Like Dalen Terry, Julian Phillips. These guys that you've probably never even heard of,
Mhm.
who came to play today. And man, Kobe White, one of the most underrated offensive scorers in the league. So that was, I think that's essentially what happened there. And I mean, it was interesting because also Doug Christie sort of, just ended up benching JV. I think he tried to go small ball, which
Yeah.
I think he did
Like the last
yesterday as
game.
well. But
Yeah.
I think today it backfired. It just didn't work out. So I mean, that was just a coaching clinic by Billy Donovan.
So guess I'm gonna give you a little question. It's gonna be a tough one. Who has the worst and a 3-point percentage for their opponents in the league?
Yeah, this is a lay. You're giving me a layup, man. This is an alley oop. Obviously, Sacramento. I mean, you don't even. It's got to be Sacramento.
It's the Sacramento. It's at 38.4%, which is 1% worse than the next best. That is, or sorry, next worst, I guess. Yeah. So 38.4 for Sacramento, 37.4 for New York, which is surprisingly, yeah, they're the third worst or the second worst team.
Yeah, that's
And
where
then
like
in the
the eye test and the analytics go together. Because every time you're watching, and then it's not like they're giving up. It's not like they're hitting tough threes. It's like, man, Kevin Herter was open on those threes in the corner. Um, so yeah, it was just. I mean, it's like every game, man. They're always open, and we can't even blame JV this game. He sat most of the second half. So
last three games, the Kings have given. I think it's around this for the last 5-6 games, but last three for sure is 41.4% from three for their opponent, which is gonna bring a lot of losses. But it's just sad that they just don't improve on the stuff that they should be. I mean, like it's just wide open. At least like contest the threes, but it's the same issue every time. DeMar DeRozan, he gets 25,000 points. At least that's cool, right? That's something, right?
yeah,
I think
22
he's
points on 22 shots. I mean, it wasn't the most efficient night, but Man, at least DeRozan, I mean, he wasn't as bad as Levine. Levine was absolutely horrendous tonight.
Yeah, I think
You would think
he's
he would be better coming back for his first game versus the Bulls, but man, that was not. He was struggling out there.
Yeah, I think he looked a little bit out of the loop. I don't know if he's still dealing with what he had to do with yesterday.
Yeah,
2 for 9 shooting, 1 for 6 from three is just not Zach LaVine's stats against his own team, his old team that he played for I think almost 7 years or something. So pretty bad. Malik Monk showed up. He played very well. Had 34 points, 5 assists today. Keegan Murray was fine. Trey Lyles was fine, but
Trey
it's
Lyles
the
was really
defense.
good. I think Trey Lyles
Yeah,
was probably the second best player
yeah.
today
He
for
started 4 for 4 from three, I believe. Made his first four threes. That was good to see. But
Yeah, I thought
man,
him and Laravia were good. I think Dak Levine was bad. Malik Monk started off hot. He got a tech in the fourth quarter,
yeah,
which was bad. I think he was getting frustrated with the refs. But to be honest, I don't know why he was mad. I don't know if it was Patrick Williams, but I thought Patrick Williams went straight up. Yeah, the officiating, I think it was one of those. It was like Chicago was kind of playing bully ball. They're just going
yeah.
at. They're going
Let him
at. I
play.
think they had. I don't know how many points in the paint they had, but they were going at the Kings' chest, and I think the refs could have called it a little more fair. They were giving Chicago some calls that seemed a little
Leeway.
soft. Yeah,
Yeah.
whereas on the other side, Malik Monk wasn't getting those calls. So, yeah, the officiating I think was maybe just a little one-sided, but that's not why they lost.
No.
But yeah,
60 to 48, like you're saying, for the
points in the
points in the
paint.
paints.
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean the Kings had a 19-point lead. If you had a 19-point lead, you shouldn't lose these type of games. Like DSC said, Kevin Herter has ice in those Irish veins. He had definitely a big time revenge factor and tough tough way to lose to him. I mean, he played well. I mean, I got to give props to him. He came in a little revenge game. He made 25 points. Fun fact here: most points he has scored since
yeah,
December 8th, I think.
yeah. I was
Uh,
gonna say I don't think Kevin Herter's been on a tear or anything, so this might have
yeah.
been just personal,
Most points
personal
in a
for him.
game since December 8th. That's almost 3.5 months.
Yeah, looking at his game log, he hasn't scored more than 18 points. I think since I mean he had 23 points against Philadelphia on February 24th. I think that's his season high before
Mhm.
tonight. So yeah, it was definitely personal for him.
And getting Kobe White, who scored 35 today. Usually he scores 20 a game, but
Kobe
him
White's
going
good though. Kobe White has that
for
40-point game in him. Like every now and then, like he's a
yeah,
underrated, I think, on offense. He's a good
yeah, offensively.
shooter. Yeah, he knows how to use his body and his angles well.
Got to the free
Good
throw line
finisher at the
14
rim.
times.
Huh?
14 times to the
Free
line
throw.
today.
Yeah. He knows how to use his body, man. He's a good finisher at the rim. So I like Kobe White. I think he's a good player.
Yeah, Devin Carter, not as good of a game as he had yesterday.
Devin
Um,
Carter needs to fix his shot. I don't know what's going on with his shot, but
it's about
his
15,
shot,
50 feet in the air.
yeah. I think the form is fine, but I don't know. It just doesn't. His shot just doesn't fall for whatever
It's a
reason. Every
rainbow.
time he shoots, oh, it's a rainbow. Yeah, it is a
It's a,
rainbow.
it's a rainbow shot, 50 feet in the air. I don't know why he has so much arc in it. Just put it down a little bit,
Well,
man.
he has so much iron because he's not tall. Sometimes he is. Well, today, I mean, when I saw him, he was shooting over taller defenders. But I guess is that how he typically shoots like that? Is it
Yeah,
always a
he
rainbow?
always shoots a rainbow. And I mean, he's not. Yeah, he's a little bit on the shorter side, but even the shorter players don't have that much of an arc. Like,
That's true. It depends on who's guarding you, I guess. But
yeah,
he was every time he shoots, I feel like it's not going in.
yeah,
And, I mean, he got more minutes
yeah,
than Keon Ellis, so I was surprised looking at that. Keon
yeah. I
Ellis
mean,
didn't do much. I think Keon Ellis had like two shots. I think they were both threes. Yeah, right. Yeah, two. Oh, a two from three. That's it for Keon Ellis. So I don't know
yeah.
what's going on there.
I
They're
mean,
trying to give more of his minutes to Devin Carter.
yeah, he's. I mean, Devin Carter's 6'3". I mean, it's not that short. Malik Monk is just as tall as him, and he doesn't have an arc like that. He's got to change it up in the offseason, I think. He's got to adjust that because I just don't like him. DSC makes a good point. His shot is like, from the hips, kind of. It's a low shot for sure.
Low
But
set point. Yeah,
it's a low set point. That's fine. Just doesn't need that much arc though. It's a little bit of a slower shot as well. It's
it
not
is
super
slow.
fast like
Yeah, it
Curry's.
is. It's not a quick release at all.
Yeah, which is weird because when you shoot lower, it's supposed to be a quicker
Supposed to be
release.
quicker. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like if you look at
But
Steph Curry, like his set point actually went. It used to be higher,
yeah,
so he's actually lowered it, but his releases was quicker throughout the years compared to when
yeah,
he came in the league. I mean, if you look at the Steph Curry shot, look at his shot like in his rookie year, his set point is like up to here, whereas now it's
yes,
slower, but he shoots it way quicker now, and he has to because if you're a shorter guard,
yeah.
you have to shoot it, you have to release it quicker. So Devin Carter definitely needs to get Curry's number, or his shooting coach's number, or something.
um, Flores wanted a couple top three reasons. I mean, we said it, man. Defense, 3 pointers, not as much energy as the other team.
And the
Uh,
offense, I think, it gets a little hero bally. I
oh
think at
yeah,
the end there, between like it's sort of like a your turn, my turn between Monk and DeRozan, and everyone just standing around. So I don't know why it stagnated because they weren't playing like that in the first quarter. So to just to go to that,
get away from it. Yeah,
yeah,
they
get
got away
away
from
from
it a
just
little bit. Yeah, they tend to do that. I mean, it's just some games they have the ball movement, some games they don't. Like yesterday, they had the ball movement. I don't know if it's a Levine's back in the lineup, so he's got to get his shots too, kind of thing. Um, I don't know how it is, but I mean, Malik Monk shot well. I mean, that was good. DeMar didn't. 11 for 31 between DeMar and Zach Levine is ugly stuff. Um, and
yeah.
Flores here saying Ellis is way too inconsistent. Yeah, I mean, he was a little foul prone today. He had a lot of fouls today and cost him some minutes
He
today.
did, yeah. I think it's
Um,
also hard if you're not getting minutes
yeah,
to be inconsistent when some games you're getting 18 minutes, some games are in the high 20s. So I'll defend him a little there, but he is also a young player. So he also just
yeah.
needs to figure that out.
I mean, King shot well, 48 and 38 from three, but the other team shot 52 and 43. So it's just not going to lead to a lot of wins if it's all 3 pointers and wide open. Fast break points, 23-8 for the Bulls. It's
They're playing
it's
fast. Yeah.
yeah, they got some turnovers, got him off the ball, and got it turned into points. But
They're getting easy
um,
buckets. The Bulls were just getting easier buckets. So that's going to lead to a
yeah,
higher field goal percentage.
DSC Doug Christie sold. Yeah, I mean
I
it definitely
agree.
wasn't the best coaching game at all.
And he just
Not
got out coached. I mean,
yeah,
that's what happens when you go against like I said, future Hall of Fame coach, Billy Donovan.
yeah.
So, and that's not a strong Bulls team at all. Aside from Kobe White, they don't have much out there.
No, it was a night.
I mean,
Yeah, they
Patrick
had
Williams
some.
has almost no offensive bag.
Yeah,
He'll
Julian
probably be first.
Phillips.
Julian Phillips, yeah, Jalen Terry.
That just players that you haven't heard of before, but they contributed. I mean, Julian didn't have a good shooting game, but still contributed, impacted the game, rebounded well. Was a plus 18. And Vucevic, man,
We got to give
almost
him
a triple
credit. Yep,
double for him.
we got to give him credit.
24,
Vucevic had a great
24,
game.
24, 14, and 8 with no turnovers. This is the Vucevic that we've seen
This is
a
Orlando
couple
Vucevic.
years ago. Yeah.
This is who they trade a first round pick for.
Better late than never. I mean, I think the Kings are going to maybe trade Sabonis for Vucevic and just try to have all the Bulls again. Like, is that what's going to happen now after this game?
Yeah, run it back. Might as well. The
Just have
Western Conference Bulls.
just have the big three from the Bulls. Bob saying Doug lost his assistants.
No
Yeah,
Jordy,
Luke
no
Locks.
Luke Lokes. Yep.
It's tough for Doug. I mean, look,
So is Barbosa his lead assistant? I know Barbosa. I see
uh,
Barbosa out there.
yeah,
He's one of the
I'm not.
assistants.
I always forget the names of the assistants, but
No Barbosa's out there. That's the
yeah,
thing. I
Landers.
don't. He kind of doesn't have the assistant coaching staff.
I gotta defend Doug Christie. He's getting some
Yeah.
hate today. He wasn't that big. He's not a good defensive. It wasn't a good coaching game today for him. But man, he's still like 21 and 16 or something as the Kings coach. He's still going through the huge circus this year. It's been very unfair for him, and he's still been 5 games over 500 for him as the coach of the Kings. I mean, he's dealt with all the Fox drama, Brown getting fired. Luke Locke's leaving. I mean, it's tough. Like, I don't like the hate on Doug Christie. He shouldn't get that much hate this for the whole season, in my opinion.
No, I agree. Because if
Yeah,
you look at the Lakers, we hired JJ Redick, but we surrounded him with veteran assistants, Scott
yeah,
Brooks. I mean, he
yeah.
coached
Scott Brooks.
KD in OKC, Nate McMillan,
Yep.
a veteran coach. So I mean, if you look at Doug Christie, he just lost Jordy Fernandez, like Bob was saying, which is
Yeah.
who I mean, if you could turn back the clock, if you could, that's who the Kings really should have hired because I think he's doing a great job with Brooklyn. But I mean, Luke Lokes. I mean, I know you weren't too
Yeah.
crushed about that loss, but I mean, it's still losing an assistant like that in the middle
Yeah.
of the season is still rough. So I mean,
Yeah.
he has I mean, the only recognizable face on that bench right now is Leandro Barbosa, and he doesn't have that much experience. I know he was at Golden State.
Yeah.
He was doing some assistant coaching stuff there for a little. But other than that, I don't. I mean, you have to surround if you have a young rookie coach, you have to surround him with some veteran assistants. I think
Like
that's the way.
Jay
But like you
Triano.
said, I think he
Yeah.
should if he doesn't return to Sacramento. I think he should at least get another assistant role in the league.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Darvin
He
Ham
should.
has a role, so should Doug Christie.
Jay Triano was the assistant for Mike Brown, but I don't think he's the main assistant for Doug. I think it is Barbosa. DSC
Yeah, because
also.
when I'm watching the game, Barbosa's
Yeah.
always standing next to
Yeah,
him.
he's falling
He's
to the
like,
refs and stuff, and it's like
yeah,
stuff.
he's like a second hand man.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. So maybe Doug Christie, it's like a player to player thing, right? Maybe he's trying to get this other player coach to become get higher in the
Like I
rankings.
said, yeah, I mean they play hard, the Kings, like I said, but it's just more of an. I think it's an X's and O's is where Doug Christie gets lapped when he goes up against these coaches.
Well, it's tough because the type of offense that we run is sort of hero ball. It's let DeMar cook, let Zach LaVine cook. I mean, and it's tough without Sabonis. He sometimes facilitates, gives us screens, gives us a little bit in the flow of the offense and stuff. But still, no excuse to face this team at home and lose like that. It's tough, and it's just tough.
Yeah.
We didn't go anywhere yesterday. I mean, I know we had a back to back, but
No, it's. I mean, I think the Bulls had a back to back too. So
yeah,
but no, I mean that's not an excuse to blow a 19-point lead. Like you said, honestly, hero ball is fine if it's like the last 2 minutes of the game, if it's clutch time. But if you're doing it the entire, quarter or the entire second half, unless you have someone like I don't know, prime James Harden or something, then it's just
right.
it's not gonna work. Or a creator like that. And that's the thing. But if you're doing it with if you're doing hero ball with Malik Monk or DeRozan, I mean Malik Monk has gone better at creating, being a playmaker, but DeRozan isn't that type of playmaker. So
Right.
yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, it's a tough loss. I mean, the only bright side is DeMar getting 25K, but that's still not. It's nothing to be
He's
crazy
only 100
about.
points
27.
behind Curry. That's crazy.
Yeah, 27. I
You
think
know
he's
that?
27th ever, and I mean,
Yeah, 27th ever. Curry's at 25,100, and Curry just got 25K the other day.
are we putting him in the Hall of Fame?
Good question. The problem is they put anyone in the
I
basketball.
know, but this guy hasn't won anything.
He has
That's
not won anything, man. Those Toronto series were embarrassing when they went up against LeBronto.
Yeah,
And then the fact that they ship him off and immediately win a ring with
yeah.
Kawhi, not a good look. But I think you have to, man. I think DeRozan has been doing it for too long. Been too good for too long. 6 All-Star appearances. I mean, I think I think his numbers will back it up, especially if you look at who's in there. I think he'll definitely have better numbers.
And I mean, he
I would prefer a stricter criteria to the Hall of Fame, but the fact that it's so loose now and they have players, I would say he's for sure a Hall of Famer.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, it is true. They put anyone in the Hall of Fame, and he's just been such a good mid range player. He's been durable. He's been playing in the league for so long. I guess you got to just based. I mean, I wouldn't, but just based on how they've been doing it for the the Hall of Fame, then you
got to
be
you wish the
consistent.
criteria would be a little more stricter.
Yeah. So that's just something to think about there. But I mean, should we get into it? Do we get into it right now?
The standings now. With that loss, they're 35 and 34. Okay. So I mean, they're still pretty much locked into the 9 seed.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean,
ninth
we
seed.
could get into it whenever you're ready. I just wanted to remind people they're still in ninth seed.
Yeah, Suns and Mavericks with 27 or 37 losses each. Yeah, we've been saying all along, we think that they're just going to keep that ninth seed and call it. And play
Yeah, we
Phoenix in
think
the
that
first
9
round,
10 is locked. Yeah, between it's going to be Phoenix, Sacramento,
and
and
then play the Clippers or Wolves in the second game if they get there.
the Bucks game will be interesting. We'll see if Giannis and Dame or if they both play. So
Oh yeah.
that'll be a big game on Saturday.
Naf here saying Naf is right. Yup, he's going to the Hall of Fame. Flores saying he's going to go to the Hall of Fame.
It's unanimous.
He said that he would have rather won this game and lost last night. Yeah,
Whoa,
maybe.
what about you?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're saying that. Well, you said that win yesterday is pretty much
Useless if you lose.
useless if they lost today, which they did. So
I mean, if I had to choose one win, it's cooler to do it against the Cavs because it's probably a tougher game and kind of nicer. But
the expectations
really
also. I mean,
Yeah.
we read the line. This was a 7.5 point. The Kings were favored to win by 7.5 points. So
yeah.
and after the first quarter, I think it was like 11.5. So
Flores saying he's got the Kings winning 3 more games only. We said 38. Yeah, we changed it from 39 to 38, and then
he's big. No, he said 38 and 44. He's sticking his guns.
He's consistent. I'm guessing what the 3 games are going to be. Washington, Charlotte, and like
Indiana, maybe.
Yeah, Indiana or Orlando.
Phoenix at the end, the Phoenix game at the end.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's going to be close. Yeah, 38 wins. I mean, they're just so inconsistent. Some games they're going to be hot. Some games they're not. I mean, they could still beat a Detroit. They could still beat a Portland. I mean, that should be a win.
Milwaukee. I think they could beat Milwaukee.
Yeah, maybe. A little just playing better than today, kind of being upset about today and playing hard on that day.
It's hard, man. It's hard to when the team's so inconsistent, like you said.
Yeah.
It's just not. Yeah. I mean, it's
and I had a line for today. I always called Kevin Huerter hurt me. Every time he scored a 3, I was like, hurt me.
Whoa!
But today I had to say, hurt me, hurt us.
How's that, man? Hurt me what?
Hurt me, hurt us.
Hurt me, hurt us, man. You're a poet, man. Look at you over here. You don't call him the Red Velvet, man? You don't call him the Red Velvet?
I liked hurt me. Everyone, I kind of like to Steve off away from these, all the main nicknames. I had a nickname for him personally. It was pretty good with the friend group. Hurt me.
All right, we got it. We heard you the first time, man.
Hurt me, hurt us, man. Anyway, let's just get to it. The 3rd best player in the league. So, sorry, Naf, you describe it better. You go for it.
Okay, so this has been a topic recently. If you follow the NBA, general media, news outlets, whatever you may be, the best 3rd option in the league, which it's hasn't really been defined. People just say 3rd option, but we're gonna go with 3rd option as the 3rd best overall player, or the 3rd best overall player on that team. Who is that, and who has the best one in the league? So we got our rankings 1 through I went 1 through 10. You went 1 through 5. I mean, we have some honorable mentions.
Right.
Obviously Sacramento has a good trio, so they'll obviously be talked about. But yeah, I think, do you want to go 5 through 5? You want to count down, or do you want to start at the top?
Yeah, I mean, we'll go through 5. We'll go through 5 each. We'll say our 5, and then we'll say our 4, and we'll just go through it like that. How about that?
Yeah, that works.
All right. You want to go with your number 5 first?
Okay, so let me see. Let me just make sure. Number 5, I will go. Okay, I'm looking at the list here. I didn't really have, I did consider Draymond Green there.
Okay.
But I'm going to go with Desmond Bane, averaging 19 points, 6.3 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. I mean, you saw what he did against Sacramento, 7 of 7 from 3. Yeah. Obviously, he's the 3rd option behind Triple J and John Morant. And I think a lot of people actually have Desmond Bane in their top 3, but for me, I would put him at 5. I just don't think.
Okay.
I think if he was if he had to be the number one option on a team, I think his efficiency and numbers would dip a little.
Okay. I like that pick. I like him. I'm gonna say something that it might trigger you. It might trigger you tonight.
Let's hear
It's
it.
gonna
Is
it
this your
might be
number
tough for you to
five?
hear, huh?
Is this your number five?
This is gonna be my number five. Look, and I want to say the top five third best players on a team are all really good to me. I think the five is relatively somewhat, I don't think it's super hard to choose from. That for at least for my five, they're all really good, and it was a tough decision. All right, so this fifth player might be really good, and people might have them in their top 2, 3, 4, whatever. But I'm gonna go with Mr. Austin Reeves at 5.
What? This
Yes.
is blasphemous, man. Oh my god, I cannot wait to see the rest of your 4. This is absolutely insane. Go ahead, make your case. Make your case.
Look, it's not even. I can't even make the case that he's bad or anything. It's just the other 4 that I have are a little bit better. I'm getting. This is an overall best player, and his defense is what's taking him a little tanking him a little bit. Okay, that's one of the main reasons. The 4 that I have are both good on offense and defense. Okay, so that's why I got Austin Reeves at 5. Great playmaker. He's scoring 20 a game. He's really a good player on the Lakers. I just got 4 better than him. I mean, it's tough to say, but I got 4 better.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. I do agree though. His defense is lacking, but
Yeah.
I think his offense more than makes up for it. I mean, I think he is going to be. I'm just gonna say he's my number one, just because I think he's gonna be number one for me. Just because I think if you put him as a number one option anywhere else, or like if he ends up having to carry the load for a team, I think he could be he'd be an all-star, all NBA type of guy. I mean, last 5 games without LeBron, he's averaging 29 points, 6.4 rebounds, 7.2 assists. I mean, which is 10 points above his season average of 19.6 points. I mean, when LeBron was out, he dropped 45, 7 and 7 against Indiana on February 8th. So I mean, I don't know if there's anyone else on offense on the rest of your list that's able to put up numbers like that. And he's dropped 40 points before. So I mean, I just think his offensive game makes up for it. I mean, if you watch him too, his handle is gone up another level. He has an insane handle. He uses his body angles well. Good finisher, good 3-point shooter. I mean, I think he pretty much has all the tools on offense. So yeah, I agree. I agree on the defense end. He's definitely limited, but I think he's just too good on offense compared to everything else.
There's an estimated plus minus stat which shows how a player contributes per 100 possessions. It's one of the best all around metrics. It's hard to really to say all the stats behind it and how they formulate it and stuff like that, but it's really one of the best plus minus stats in the league and in the game right now. And for his defensive DPM defensive player metric, it's at minus 0.1, and the other 4 I got are way higher than that. So great offensive player, but I gotta tank him just a little bit for his defense. But we'll see how the rest of the rankings go. Let's see it. Let's hear your other number 4.
All right, so number 4. This one's tough because he doesn't really play. But I'm going to go with Kristaps Porzingis of the Boston Celtics.
Okay.
And the only reason I have him at 4 is and not higher is because, like I said, he doesn't really play. He's averaging 19 points, 6.8 rebounds, and 1.9 assists, but he's only played 34 games. But like you said, when it comes to defense, he's that anchor at the rim. He could affect every shot. So for that, I have to just give him the 4th spot, even though his injury record is definitely a problem. But and then you could also argue who the 3rd option is on Boston. I know a lot of people say Derek White. Some people say Drew Holiday. So that's another discussion. But I'm giving it. I think Kristaps is the third most important player on the team.
I don't think it should be a debate. I think it's Kristaps. I don't think it should be a debate at all. It's Tatum, Brown, Kristaps. He's the defensive anchor. He's scoring the most points out of those 3 players you mentioned, and I think he's probably rebounding more than them as well.
Yeah.
and blocking shots, and his efficiency is out of this world. So we got to give props to that. And I actually have him way higher than 4 than you have him.
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay. But
he's
I think you could say like the Celtics can't win the title without Kristaps. I think that's how important he is. I think
mhm.
he means that much to them. So I think for that reason he has to be their third best player. Even though obviously Derek White's having a good season, but he's averaging 16.7 points, 4.4 assists, and
Mhm.
4.4 rebounds. Obviously he does play more games. So, but I just don't think Derek White is as important to the Celtics as Kristaps.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. He's definitely in the top 5, and I got him a little bit higher than you. So I'll make the case when I get there. But if you guys want to like, subscribe, I'll do all that stuff. We got Spotify, we got Apple. Follow us on those platforms. YouTube, if you guys can like the like button, do all that fun stuff. We appreciate it. We got someone here saying, Naman Gupta, this pod is fire. We like to hear that, and we appreciate those comments on here. We're doing
Yes,
the
sir.
big
Keep
time
dropping the
rankings.
comments in the chat. Keep if you agree or disagree with us, let us know.
Yeah, let us
We want
know.
to hear the feedback. Hey,
Yeah,
I know
Chris Stapps.
Austin Reeves at 5 is kind of a hot take, so we want to hear the opinions because I have Austin Reeves at 1. He has him at 5, so quite the
Chris Stapps
discrepancy.
shooting 39% from three is crazy work. 48 from the field, and 2 blocks is just crazy. So we
Limited
got to
games,
give
but yeah,
props.
that's crazy.
All right, so I got my number 4. It's Desmond Bain. I got him a little bit ahead of Reeves. He's scoring almost just as many points as him. His defense is way better than his, uh, and he just play makes just as well as him. I mean, he's getting those 6 rebounds, 5.5 assists, almost basically the same as Austin Reeves, but he plays way better defense. And that's basically why I put him ahead of Austin. I mean, his defensive plus rating is at a it's not that much higher, to be honest, but it's 0.6 instead of the minus 0.1. So we got to get that. I just think he's way better. Just using the eye test as well, that his defense is much better than Austin Reeves. Had to put him higher, and yeah, it was a good. It was close. I mean, you had him in your list as well.
I did. I just don't think that his offensive game is anywhere near Austin Reeves. So I think for that reason, I think it's ridiculous to have him over Austin Reeves. I don't think he could be a triple double threat like Austin Reeves would be on offense. I will
Okay,
say
okay.
maybe his 3-point shooting is definitely better, and like you said, he's a good defensive guy. Moves laterally much better, and he's a much bigger body on defense. So that is, I mean, obviously he's a better defender than Austin Reeves. I'm not going to argue that, but
What about
I
his
just don't think
efficiency? What about his efficiency? The efficiency is not close either.
the defensive efficiency.
No, the offense,
Oh, the
3-point shooting
offensive
and field goal.
efficiency.
What about that
Oh, the
stuff?
percentage.
Yeah, we got 45 and 36 for Austin, and we got 49 and 39. That's a decent gap.
I don't think it's. I mean, I think Austin makes up for it with the playmaking. I think Baines is. I did say Baines is a better 3-point shooter. I will
Okay.
give him that, but I don't think. And also, I think also the type of shots Baines doesn't really take the. I don't think he takes as many tough shots as Austin Reeves does from like the midi or stuff like that. So I think that for that reason, he probably has more dunks and layups that contribute to his higher 2-point percentage at least. So for that
Yeah.
reason, I wouldn't look too much into that.
Yeah, the Austin Reeves hype is getting way too much. I had to put him at the 5. It's getting
Nah,
way too
man, you're
much.
tripping.
The media's been posting
You
him
are
up so
tripping.
hard.
You're
The
trying to zag
Lakers and
too hard.
Doncic and LeBron are getting all the hype. They're raising all the Lakers ratings, and then Austin Reeves is just getting in there.
Austin Reeves has always been that guy, man. Ever since before Luka even came, he's
Desmond
always been
Bane's
that guy.
playmaking is just as decent. He has almost as many assists as Austin
No,
Reeves.
Desmond Baines cannot play make like Austin Reeves, bro. You're tripping.
It's a little underrated at this point.
He
It's a
also
little
can't
underrated.
shot create. He can't shot create like Austin Reeves. He
But
can't
how
create
does he get 20
separation.
points? How's he
He
getting the
can't
20
create
points?
separation. I mean, he's a better 3-point shooter. He's a better 3-point shooter. I'll give him that. But Austin Reeves is averaging the same amount of points. So I mean, and he's playing and he's third fiddle behind LeBron and Luka. I mean, he's
Yeah, but
obviously he's not going to get that many looks behind LeBron and Luka.
Desmond Bain has Ja Morant, who maybe creates a little bit for him, but that guy is out of out of the team for the entire year, so he's not getting help from him most of the time.
That's why his numbers are higher. He doesn't play, bro. When your number 1 and number 2 option are out, then obviously your numbers are gonna look better. That's what I'm saying. If like LeBron and Luka were out, Austin Reeves' numbers would be. I mean, look at the last 5 games: 29 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. That's without LeBron. So I just think
Desmond Bane had 44. If we want to go last couple games, we could talk about last couple games.
Desmond Bane had 44 against Sacramento.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he wants to, he shot 7 of 7 from 3. I mean, you guys also leave everyone open from 3. We were talking about that earlier, so. But he did hit some tough shots that game. So, but I mean, yeah.
Nauman's a Lakers fan here. Reeves is clutch. Zach is tripping.
You got to come out and say he's a Lakers fan, man.
I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious.
You're tripping saying Reeves over Bane. Saying
he's not scared of Bane rocking me. I mean, Bane's a pretty big rock when I see him.
That guy's built like the Thing from Fantastic Four, man.
Bane is a stat suffer. I mean,
there we go. Yeah, dude, you're tripping, man. Bane's putting up numbers. John Morant's missed like half the season. Jaren Jackson isn't ball dominant. He's not that type of scorer. Like Luka and LeBron both are ball dominant, so that takes away from Austin Reeves a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, don't we got to give props to Desmond for not having a bunch of creators to get him shots, and he's still being very efficient.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but it's not like they have no point guards. They have Scottie Pippen. They have some, they have players that can play. It's not like they have no one. You said they're the best team at developing players the other day. So
that's true.
So, I mean, I mean, that's a hot take by you, man. That's a hot take. I like it. You're zagging a little. You're going anti-Reeves, okay? But I think Reeves is going to make you eat your words, man. Gotta be careful.
We'll see the rest of the season. All right, who's your third guy? I got someone we haven't named yet.
Didn't I just name my third? This is my second, right? Because I said Kristaps third. I had Desmond. Oh no, this is my third. This is my third. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Sorry, I got out of order here. So I will go. My third guy is going to be Evan Mobley. I'll have to give it to Evan Mobley of Cleveland, man.
Okay.
Yeah. I think so. Mobley's averaging 18 points, 9.2 rebounds, 1.5 blocks per game. I just think, like you said, that his offense and defense is taking another level this year. I was worried about him last season because he didn't take that leap yet, but yeah, he is definitely the third option. I know there's some people out there that will say Darius Garland, but I would push back on that a lot. I think that's ridiculous. I think Darius Garland is by far the second best player on Cleveland. If you look at Darius Garland's numbers, 20.9 points per game, 6.7 assists per game on 47, 40, and 88.
Yeah,
that's insane efficiency, and he shoots a lot. So, yeah, for me, I'll say Evan Mobley. I mean, his offensive numbers are nothing crazy, but I mean, another player that killed the Kings yesterday. But I think he's taken a leap. That 3-point shooting has taken a leap, and the defense has taken a leap. So I'll put him at 3.
Okay, I respect that.
Although I'm not too. I did think hard about this one. I would be fine with dropping them to around that 3, interchanging between 3, 4, and 5. But those, he would be my third option.
Okay, I got him. I got him in my top 3. So we'll hear his name in a little bit. I got a guy we haven't named yet. He's from OKC, and I'm going with Chet Holmgren as my number 3. That's who I got as my number 3. We've discussed it before. Is Jalen or Chet the 2 or 3? Jalen's got to be the number 2, just because he's more polished. He's scoring very well still this year. You got any more to add to that? I know you were into that a little bit.
Listen, man, there's been Chet or Jalen as a third option. Anyone that's saying Jalen as a third option does not watch basketball, does not know ball. They need to watch more OKC, because that's insane. If you're saying Chet Holmgren is the second option on OKC over J-Dub. I mean, if we look at the numbers here, just to bring up some stuff, Chet's averaging 15.2 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks, but he's only played 23 games. I mean, this is his third season in the league, and he's missed a lot. He missed a lot of the first half of this season, so I feel like people are just crowning him based on his draft capital, and they want to put him at second. But I don't know how you could put him at second when J-Dub is putting up the numbers he has been. So J-Dub is averaging. Let me see here. J-Dub's averaging 21.3 points, 5.5 boards, and 5.3 assists, and he's played 61 games. So not
Yeah.
just that, he has the highest single defensive rating in the league, 106.6. So I mean, anyone, if you hear anyone out there say Chet is the number 2 option, just
No.
take their opinion with a grain of salt, man, because that is completely wrong. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. I think Chet will make. I think he'll get there. I think he will be the number 2 option, but not yet. This year, it's Jalen. He's too polished. His offensive game is really complementing SGA, and I don't think it's a discussion. But I got him at number 3. The dude that only plays 27 minutes a game. So if we look at his 20 per 36 minute stats, it's way better than what he looks. Yeah, it's 15 and 7. Doesn't look that good. But when you put per 36, where he could eventually play at that point when he's healthy, 20 and 11, and the big number is 3.3 blocks. Right now, I think he's averaging like 2 or 2.5 or something like that for blocks.
Yeah,
So
two and a
he's
half blocks. Yeah,
yeah. So he when he plays more minutes, he's going to be even more contributing to the game. And he has the 13th highest EPM, estimated plus minus. One of the best stats in the NBA. It's out of this world. He has a 1.2 on the offense and a 2.8 on defense.
Chet Holmgren, right?
Chet Holmgren,
Yeah,
which is the fifth. He has the 5th best defensive rating,
yeah,
defensive player metric in the league. So he's already that dominant on the defensive end. I'm as you'll see in my top 3. It's they're all kind of the same archetype. Not trying to give anything away, but they're just more rare. I like the rim protection. I love rim protection. It's I think you need it as a to win games. I think it's very important. The Boston won it last year. I think it's a common thing in a lot of championship winning teams. And he can make the 3 and he can shoot. He can spread the floor. I like him a lot, and that's why I had to put him above Desmond Bain and Austin Reeves. Like I really prioritize that rim protection as a team, and he's a big man. He rebounds the ball well, and he can shoot very very efficiently. Just to throw the stats before I'm done with this guy,
yeah.
he's 50% shooting and 37 from 3, and I think he'll even get better at 3 at some point. But this year, and the one thing I will say, like you can debate that he's not consistent, he always gets hurt and stuff like that. That's a valid counter. So I can agree with that. But I'm just saying for this year and how they're playing for the games they've played, I got to go Chet with 3.
Yeah, I mean, I got Chet at 2, so for all those reasons.
Oh, okay,
So, I
okay.
mean, I
What
just
a
don't
nice
think.
segue.
My beef was just with the Chet being the 2nd option. I don't think he's there yet.
Yeah.
I think he will eventually get there. I agree with you. I think he has all the tools. I mean, obviously, I think he's been an anchor for them on defense. He's been big. They didn't have him all last year, and you could tell that they've taken a huge leap with him this year. So that's why I have him. For all those reasons you just laid out my case, that's why I had him at 2nd. So, but I mean, it's crazy that him and J-Dub were drafted in the same class. I think J-Dub was the 12th pick. He was the 2nd. So, but I think J-Dub has just played more games, so that's why he's developed quicker and faster, and that's why he's right now on the pegging order in OKC. He's behind Shea, and then I would put Chet 3. And like you said, because of all those numbers, I would have him as my second on the third best option list.
I respect it, man. That's pretty
Who's
good.
your second? Who's your second? I'm curious to hear your top 2.
Well, you already mentioned the 2 that I had there. That are my 1 and 2, but my number 2 right now is Kristaps.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm putting him very high. He's averaging 19 points. He's averaging 7 rebounds and 2 assists, and he's shooting 48 and 39. I just love that efficiency, man. I was raving about Chet doing 50 and 37. This guy's doing 48, a little bit less, but 39 from 3. And he's scoring 19 points a game. So, I mean, it's the same stuff as the Chet stuff. It's just a nice rim protector. He's can shoot very well. He spreads the floor as a big man. I just think that's such a it's such like an archetype to have. Just a really good big man that can spread the floor and like he can rim protect. I think it's like a cheat code right now. I really think like all the best teams in the league have that archetype. Cleveland, Boston, OKC. I don't think it's. I think there's just a common thing that all these good teams have.
Yeah, that defensive anchor. So where do you have Rudy Gobert then? He must be number one for you.
No, I got a better one at one. But I just one more stat here per 36 because Kristaps only plays 29 minutes a game, and he's doing this kind of efficiency and points. So if we go to the per 36 here, it's a little bit better. And you know what? I'm not going to bore everyone with these per 36. They just got to trust that.
No. I think the problem with Chet and Kristaps is they've played a combined. Well, I mean, Kristaps played 34 games.
34 games.
Played 23. Yeah. That's a combined, 57 games. So I mean, between them two, so that's I mean, they say availability is the best ability. So I think that's why a lot of people don't have them ranked so high. Yeah. And I think their offensive game, because I think when people do these third option things, they're kind of just doing best offensive game.
Yeah.
So they're not really like the way we're doing it. We're doing a little twist on it. We're doing the best overall player on the team.
We'll name some honorable mentions too at the end and stuff.
Yeah. We'll name some honorable mentions that have been, been tossed around here on NBA media, but I think that's the biggest knock. I mean, 57 games combined between the two and 80, and we played already almost 65, 70 games. That's not a good look. But like you said, I mean, having that defensive anchor, I think doing it on both sides of the floor, I think that's why we have them so high.
Yeah, and I guess I can guess your number one now that you haven't said them yet.
I already told my number one. I mean, come on, Austin Reeves. I think we've spoken plenty about Austin Reeves. I don't want to beat a dead horse. I mean, this is the biggest discrepancy I think me and you have.
Yeah, that's good.
So I think that you're just not high on Austin Reeves as I am. I've always been high on Austin Reeves ever since, even when he was playing in the Western Conference Finals a couple years ago. That was sort of when you really his coming out season.
Yeah.
But you could just kind of see the ball handling skills, the shot creation, the shot playmaking. And I just feel like also if he was the number one option on the team, I just feel like he would be an all-star, borderline third all-NBA guy. So that's just how high on him I think I am. But then again, I'm a Lakers fan. So even though I'm usually not biased for the Lakers, I know our fan base can be I actually grill our fan base a lot just because they can be so biased and ridiculous when it comes to our own players.
Yeah.
Like Taylor Horn Tucker. I never understood why Lakers fans would hype him up.
Yeah.
He was never someone I rated. So, but Austin Reeves is different. I think he's actually worth the hype. So he's my number one, even though, like you said, the defense he does get blown by sometimes on the defensive end. But I think you can, if you put four guys around him, you can hide his defensive deficiencies. I mean,
for sure.
So that's why he would be my number one. But let's get down to your number one.
So just to be sure, why don't you say your top five real quick, just to make sure we're
all right. So number one, Austin Reeves. Number two, I had Chet. And then number three, I had Kristaps, I believe. Right?
You had I think you had Mobley.
Mobley 3, Kristaps 4, and then Desmond Bane 5.
Yeah,
there we go.
I'm gonna see if I can put this up here, just to have your stuff right there. That looks right.
Let's see it.
You see it on the screen? Does it show up?
No, I can't see the screen. Did you share screen?
No, I mean no. Like on the like I put a comment here under your name. It says Nav.
Oh, okay.
But maybe it doesn't show.
Yeah. Let's hear your number one, man.
All right, number one, I'm going Evan Mobley. I'm sorry. I got to go with the defensive player of the year. Dude's averaging crazy numbers. He's the defensive anchor. I've been talking about the defensive anchor the whole time. He has the 11th best total EPM in the league, and his defensive numbers are insane as well. So I got to go with the same archetype. I just love these archetypes. I love.
Yeah, you do. You got to type for sure.
I got to type in this, and it's just rim protection. He's doing 19 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists on shooting 57 from the field. Remember, we said Chet and Kristaps for 48 and 50. This guy's doing 57, and he's doing 38 from 3 as well. So he's still shooting lights out from the 3-point line. and it's the best team in the East, maybe the best team record-wise at least in the league. And
That's true.
yeah,
That's true.
appreciate
That's a good case. I mean, if he's a good night,
Appreciate you,
Flores,
of
have a
course.
good night. But that's a good point. He is on the best team record wise in the East, so that is a good place to start. But I do like Evan Mobley, and I'm actually not mad at that. I mean, I do think you may need to be a little more spread out your archetype player.
Yeah.
And I mean, you do have that little rim protection. I'm surprised you didn't have Rudy Gobert in the top 5. I mean, you might as well close it out with the same exact archetype.
He has no offense. That's the problem. You know, it's not like Mobley, Kristaps. Yeah,
that is true. So, yeah, no, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
What do we got? Pejman saying, "Where's Zubac?" Then we got some honorable mentions coming up here.
Zubac is not 3 though. Benjamin 3 is Norman Powell. Yeah. What did she say? It's Norman Powell.
Yeah, I would go Norman Powell as the third option.
Although I do agree, Zubac is a beast. He's one of the most underrated centers in the league.
Right.
He had like 28 and 20 the other night versus I forgot who, but man, he bullied them. He won them that game. But yeah,
Zubac has been playing.
I would say,
yeah.
Huh?
You're talking about Zubac playing very well recently and playing bully ball, and he's been great this year.
He's been great. He's one of the most underrated centers in the league. I just don't think he's the third option on the team. I think it would probably still be Norman Powell.
Yeah, because we're going we're going Kristaps and Harden. I mean, sorry, Kawhi and Harden.
Kawhi and Harden, yeah. I think that's not debatable.
Man.
I think that's debatable. But yeah.
And then I'm just gonna put my top 5 here on the screen as well. Let's see if it shows up. I don't know if it. I guess maybe not. But do you see it for where our name is, like right under my on the screen?
On YouTube, where are you sharing it?
It's just a little comment bar here on our screen here.
No, I don't see it.
But maybe I guess it doesn't show. But
I don't see it, man.
But yeah, if anyone has any comments on what we're saying and agrees with the rankings, doesn't agree with them, stuff like that, let us know. Like this show, like the channel, follow it. We appreciate it. Appreciate you guys commenting, supporting the show. We see all your comments and we appreciate all of them. So, we appreciate everyone tagging along here tonight at this late hour. But all right, let's just get to the honorable mentions here before we close out. Who do you got for a couple? Let's just name maybe a few of them.
Yeah, and then a few. I won't go through the numbers, but I mean,
go through a few of them and then give me your number 6 that almost made the list.
Oh man, that's tough. Number 6, I was considering Norman Powell. That's a name. Aaron Gordon. I know some people.
Here's a couple honorables I got. It was either going to be Gobert or Randall. One of those. One interesting discussion we had was Ingram, Barrett, or Quickly. That was another big one. Who's the third or fourth option there? I don't know. It's probably Scotty Barnes number 1, Ingram or Barrett number 2, and Ingram number 3, and Quickly 4. So Barrett, Ingram is probably the third option. I mean, he's pretty good up there too. We had Paul George is the third option. That's one right there, but he's been trashed this year. Miles Turner is another one. I think Naf mentioned as well. Michael Bridges, not Miles, but Michael. That's another one. That's another one that we had in the list. But for my number 6, if I had to do an honorable mention, I got to go with Draymond Green. I mean, his defense is still really good. His passing is great, obviously, and he just does all the little things. He's one of the smartest players in the league. I absolutely hate him. One of my least favorite players in the league, to be honest. I absolutely hate his personality. Absolutely hate the way he plays the game and the way he talks his crap to the people in the league and what he says in his podcast and his drama and punching players on his team, stuff like that. But as a player on the floor, I got to give it to him. I think he's the 6th best, 3rd best player in the league. And obviously his defense. I mean, I'm going to say it. I think he's one of the best defensive players of all time. And I think he's one of the best, if not the best defensive player of our last 10 years. So I had to give it to him. Is your audio working
better?
well?
Is it better? Yeah. Do you hear me better?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Right.
Yeah, so that's so you said Draymond 6, one of
Yeah.
the best defensive players of your generation. That's
Yes.
crazy. He is
Yeah.
definitely up there. I guess you could say he's probably had the best longevity defensive
Yeah.
wise, but peak wise, you'd probably I mean Kawhi, AD, I would probably take their
Yeah.
peaks over Draymond's peaks, but yeah, if you're gonna argue
Yeah. Yeah.
longevity, then
If we're putting like durability and like how long their peak was a little bit too.
yeah, I mean, Draymond's still doing it today. I think he had
Yeah.
25 and 5 today versus his first
Yeah.
25 and 5 game in a while. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at that. Like I mentioned Draymond earlier, that's a good shout. Um, yeah, Miles Bridges was one of mine, and then I guess like, did you mention Gobert? Was that yours?
Yeah. Is it so? Gobert's the third option, third best player on that team, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, probably
Okay.
Gobert, but I would say Nas Reed maybe isn't
Oh
that far
yeah.
off as the third
Maybe. Yeah.
option in Minnesota, just because his
Yeah.
offensive game, like you said, Gobert's offensive game
Yeah.
isn't
It's a
even
good,
close to Nas Reed's, who's
you
probably
could
one of the
you
best
could you,
dribbling
yeah,
big
you
men
can
in the
make that
league.
case. You can make
Yeah,
that
yeah,
case
yeah. You
for
can
Nas
make a
being
case for
third.
Nas Reed being third.
Yeah.
So that's just sort of a zag there. I
Yeah.
think we could chalk off Bradley Beal and Paul
Yeah.
George, two guys
Yeah.
that probably before the season
Yeah.
people would have assumed they'd be in the top 5 range, top 8 at least. But now
Yeah.
I think they've fallen completely off. So
Yeah, and
shit.
I brought up the Raptors one because they got like a big four here with Scotty Barnes, Barrett, and Ingram, and quickly, and probably Ingram's maybe the third best, which is, I mean, that's got to be up there at some,
Yeah,
but
like I
we
said,
haven't
the
seen.
Raptors have like I don't know, like their third best options are all like their main options. So it's
Yeah.
like they're all interchangeable, you know. I mean, obviously they have
Well,
Scotty Barnes, but
yeah. One thing I gotta say before we head out soon here, but there was one All Star in my top five, and I think your top five, and that was Evan Mobley. He was the only All Star for this third best player, which is kind
I
of
mean
funny.
it's hard as a third best option
Yeah,
to make the All-Star team if you're behind two
yeah,
guys that I think Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell made it this year and Evan
yeah,
Mobley. So the top two guys in front of you are gonna make it, then it's hard. I mean, Kristaps, Chet, they just don't play enough games.
yeah,
Desmond Bain, yeah, he just hasn't put up the numbers to be an all-star. But no, I mean, there's a lot of good third options. So it's definitely an interesting topic.
yeah,
Did you
yeah.
mention I want to ask you, did you talk I think I heard you talk about New York Knicks. Who did you land on there as a third
For OG
option?
versus Michael.
Yeah, OG versus Michael.
Yeah, I think I had to go. I had to go Michael just slightly more. I think it's close, but I think Michael's the third best on that team. I think he scores more. He's still a good defensive player. But I could see a Zag. Do you got OG?
I got a Zag, and I got a
Okay.
Zag past OG. I would say Josh Hart. The
Whoa.
third best player on the Knicks is not OG. It's not Mikel. It's Josh Hart. Josh Hart, probably not a better defender than OG,
Mhm.
but he's averaging 14 points, 9.6 rebounds, and 5.7 assists. Compared to OG, who's averaging 16.7, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. So I think
Wow.
Josh Hart is underrated when it comes to that playmaking. Obviously one of the best guard rebounders in the league. So
Mhm.
I would actually say that Josh Hart is the third best player on the Knicks. And so
That's
yeah, I
crazy.
just wanted
That's
that's another
crazy.
sort of zag that the hot take that I'll throw out there. I know a lot of people would say Mikel or OG. I would probably rank between Mikel and OG. It's tough.
Yeah.
I think Mikel is better offensively, but OG is better
Yeah.
defensively. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a toss up.
All right. Well, we'll see. We got one more comment here. Pajaman, wants to know the rankings between Bradley Beal, Klay Thompson, Chris Paul, and Tobias Harris. That's a one
No,
crazy
Tobias is the
rankings.
other one. It's Bradley Beal, Clay, and Chris Paul. Oh,
I think he
Tobias.
said,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
Tobias.
he
Okay, I
wants to
see
throw
that.
Tobias in there.
Is
Um,
as third options? Is Tobias
I,
even the third option? Because I think one would be Cade. I did think about Detroit. I think one would be Cade. Two would probably be Jalen Duren. I think right,
yeah.
and then Malik
You can
Beasley
even make
maybe.
Jade. Can you make Jaden Ivey maybe number two is up there?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good point. If you're gonna add Jaden Ivey, then those are the three.
Yeah.
Duren and yeah. But yeah, go ahead.
That's
What
a
do you think?
tough one, man. Man, throwing a little screwball off the top of my head. I mean, I'd probably go. Man, I hate doing this, but I'd probably pro Bradley Beal number one, uh, and Chris Paul number two, Clay three, Tobias four. Is that a decent line? I mean, Bradley Beal's still putting up a decent
I would
numbers,
put
right?
Clay 4. I think
Okay,
Tobias
okay,
has been Tobias 3, and I agree. It's between Beal and Chris Paul. Chris
yeah.
Paul,
He's
yeah,
been durable. I think he's played every game this year.
he's been durable. Yeah, his numbers have obviously taken a dip,
Yeah.
but man, Bradley Beal,
Bradley, so I'll throw some stats real quick. Bradley Beal 17, 3 and 3, and 50% shooting and 40% from three, man. I'm happy with putting him at number one.
I would take Bradley. I was gonna say I would take
Yeah.
Bradley Beal 1. I think he gets too much flack just because of how bad
The
Phoenix
Suns
has
are.
been and how
Yeah.
and the expectations were so high, but I would still take Bradley Beal out of. I mean, you're grouping him with Clay, where you would have washed up Clay, would have
Yeah.
washed up Chris Paul, and a
Yeah.
washed up Tobias Harris. I mean, if he can't win that group, then it's we're pretty much chalking him off. But I don't think he's completely done yet.
Yeah. Chris Paul's almost 40. I don't like him as he's just gotten way older. He's a good facilitator. I like him for that. He gets 9 and 8, 9 points, 8 assists, and 38 from three is pretty good. 42 from the field, not great, but
Yeah,
yeah, I
Bradley
mean,
Beal's only 31. I mean,
yeah,
he's not like he's
he's the
Chris Paul
youngest
age.
out of them, right? Tobias, how old is Tobias? Let's just quickly
Tobias
see
probably around
here.
34, 33,
32, yeah.
32.
So
Yeah,
Bradley Beal is
Tobias is young too. What's Tobias's numbers this season?
Tobias right now 16, 7, or sorry, 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Oh, it's not
48 from
bad.
the field and 35 from three is not crazy bad
Not
for
bad.
Detroit.
Not bad. I know he was bad for Philly there
Oh
last year,
yeah.
a couple years ago. They were begging to trade him. So I think he's back in Detroit. I know Detroit fans have been happy with him. So
Yeah. No, that's good. Appreciate the question, Benjamin. I think we'll end it off there. Appreciate everyone for staying this late, for watching us do the rankings, watching us talk about the Kings blowing it against the Bulls. Thank you guys for joining, and follow everything, like this video, do all that good stuff. And we'll see you on the next one. We'll probably do one on the weekend here coming up, and probably after the Bucks game on Saturday.
yeah.
So appreciate you guys, and this is the NBA Guru Show. I'm Zach. That's Nav. Take care,
Have a
guys.
good one.